In this particular demo, I'll be showcasing how can we create new concepts with HyperWorks X. So if we go to a geometry ribbon, we can create a rectangle that will define a working plane to create a cross section. And with that done, I'm going to start sketching the new section on the plane. I'll quickly create a guideline to create a new cross member. In geometry module, there is an option called as drag and spin. Spin will create like a cylindrical object that you can extrude, but I'm going to be using a drag option. So I'm going to select the newly created cross section and I'm going to pick the guideline, and that's it. This way you can create a cross member, gussets, and that you can further morph it to better connect to your mesh. But as you can see, this is a geometry. If I have to do any CAE analysis, I have to convert it to a mesh. So I'm going to go to the mesh module again, and there is a new generate 2D mesh option available. I'm going to select the created surfaces and just middle click it, and it's going to create a nice 2D mesh. If I'm not happy with my mesh for some reason, I can pick the edges and I can change the mesh the way I want it with a few click of a buttons. Now we will use the morph mesh option to kind of align this cross member onto this floor. So I'm going to use the flanges of the newly created cross member. Again, I don't want automatic selection. I'll go to the morph area and I'm going to pick the entire cross member as my morphing zone. And here I don't want any anchors because I want the entire cross member to morph. As we want to align this cross member flanges onto the floor, we will use the floor as a target. So as soon as I select the target, the new morph menu gets popped up. Here I will give some tolerance for welding and say morph. As you can see, the flanges gets nicely aligned with the underlying mesh, and I can pick the manipulator and kind of slide cross member onto the floor. As you can see, the flanges and the mesh is nicely getting adapted to the underlying floor, and I'll just middle click it to confirm my changes. Next to the morph mesh, there's an option called as shapes, and I can simply add the shape as a shape variable. You can see it as a preview, or you can go and say apply a factor and it will move back. And you can use this option to set it up as a design variable for your optimization or DOE run.